Very good morning, everyone. How are you all? Everyone fine? Super fine? Correct. So, till now, we have done the basic concept of foundations. We have taken some concept, not all concept, which I feel that will be used in CA Inter, and therefore discussion was required. I have already asked you that if you want some more concept, then we can also continue that concept that is relevant for what CA Inter. Correct. Now, whatever topic I have not taken, which was in CA Inter, for example, inventory. Inventory was one chapter, depreciation was one chapter. So that will be covered in CA Inter also through some accounting standard. Therefore, I am not taking that concept. Are you getting what I am saying? So first, let us understand today means basically today we will start CA Inter. Okay. So let us understand what is the content of syllabus. Means what we are supposed to learn from examination point of view. Correct. The entire syllabus means we are doing paper 1 advanced accounting, advanced accounting. Correct. Actually, what was the case as per old scheme was there that CA foundation was principle and fundamentals of accounting. Then in CA Inter, means CA foundation it was fundamentals. Then CA Inter there was group 1, group 2. I mean right now also there are group 1, group 2. But in CA Inter in old scheme, group 1 there was accounting and group 2 it was advanced accounting. Understood? So there were many chapters. Got it what I am saying? So out of that some chapters has been transferred to what? CA foundation. Even that chapter though you will never do in your life. Correct now? Thank you very much. Okay. Not relevant also. I will say that chapter is not so much relevant for becoming CA. Got it. But of course as a teacher point of view, when I say as a teacher point of view, we'll find some difficulty. Because through that chapter, we try to go with the rhythm of what? Accounting. And then dire dire we increase our level of CA Inter. Understood? However, entire accounting, advanced accounting, from my point of view, when we say about basic is more difficult. So accounting was related to basic concept, then advanced accounting was more easier than accounting. And now it is advanced accounting. So from exam point of view, it is only a namesake. We can say advanced accounting, but actually it is very simple. Are you able to understand? Correct. So let us understand the syllabus of advanced accounting. Correct. Don't don't give importance to a name. Kisa it is advanced. It will be complicated. It is not complicated. It is very easy. The entire paper has been divided into two parts. One is accounting standard. One is accounting standard. Understood? And one is other chapters. Other chapters. Understood? This is the entire syllabus. Now, right now, we don't know what is the weightage of accounting standard and what is the weightage of other chapters. That will not focus because we'll do full syllabus. Are you getting what I am saying? So, we are supposed to do full syllabus, and one rule is that if you want to become CA, there is no selective study. If you will do selective, they will also select. They will take time for selection now. So there is a rule that there is no selective study. If you have a mind that you are going to do selective study, so then I will say you are not for CA. Then do some other course. Simple na. Where we can select, for example, do only BCom. Simple na. So of course you are doing CA, it means you already know that we need to study entire syllabus. So whether that chapter is important, not important, that is not actually matter. Whether question will come, whether question will not come, that is not at all relevant. We need to study. At the time of examination, we'll be able to understand whether question has been asked from that topic or not. So right now we don't know whether question will be asked from a particular topic or not. Are you getting? So for us, the syllabus is full syllabus. I will teach you full. You need to study full. Correct? Yes, sir. So entire accounting standard. So what is accounting standard? Accounting standard is actually a policy document. Accounting policy. Accounting policy means, in simple word, I will say that they will give some uniform standard for accounting, so that everyone apply that standard for preparation of financial statement, so that it become comparable. What is the objective of financial statement? What is the objective of preparing financial statement? When I say financial statement, what comes in your mind? SOPL and balance sheet. It is more than that, but till now, you know about SOPL and balance sheet, profit and loss account and balance sheet. So what is the objective of preparing financial statement? The objective of preparing financial statement to provide information to the user, and so that they can compare one entity financial statement with other entity financial statement. Now, if suppose there is no accounting standard, so I will follow different accounting policy, you will follow different accounting policy. So how it is comparable, it is not comparable. From my point of view, this is the accounting policy which I need to follow. From your point of view, there will be some different accounting policy. Am I right or not? A simple point I will say is, for example, you have done inventory in your foundation. So I think you know that inventory is valued at what? At, you know this na, cost price or net realizable value, whichever is lower. This is as per accounting standard too. That time nobody informed you because not required in CA foundation. But now you need to understand this is as per accounting standard too, and they have given some policy that it should be valued at cost price or NRV which are lower. Now can you follow only cost price? Can you follow only NRV? No. Means can I say I will value my inventory at cost price? No. Can you say you will value your inventory at NRV? No. Can I say I will value by some other method? No. So it has given some uniform accounting policies. So can I say if I am doing valuation at cost price or NRV which are lower and you are also following the same policy, so the financial statement will be comparable. That is a mere objective of accounting standard. Understood? So it has been divided in two parts: accounting standard and other chapters. Let us understand what are the content. So you should write down the content because you should know what you are supposed to learn. Point number one, it is introduction and applicability of AS. AS means accounting standard. However, in your ICS study material, these are two chapters. I have combined it and I have made it one chapter. Correct? Introduction and applicability of accounting standard. I will introduce accounting standard in your life. I will introduce now. The first introduction. So introduction of accounting standard in your life. The second is what? Second is what? Framework for preparation and presentation of FS. FS means financial statement. The framework for preparation and presentation of financial statement. It is also a theoretical chapter. So chapter number 1 and chapter number 2 are totally theoretical chapter. Correct. Then we'll do accounting standard. So there are some asset based accounting standard. For example, AS2, AS10, AS13, AS16, AS19, AS26, AS28. So this deals with the asset. For example, AS2 deals with inventory, AS10 deals with property, plant and equipment, AS26 deals with intangible asset, AS13 deals with investment, etc. 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 I mean, right now I'm not giving the title of accounting standard because you'll automatically understand when I'll do that accounting standard. Correct. There are some asset based accounting standard. Point number 4. There are some liability based accounting standard. For example, AS15, AS29. Correct. So AS29 deals with provision, contingent liabilities, contingent asset. AS15 deals with the employee benefit. Employee benefit means what? Salary. Correct now. So salary payable, etc. So in that we'll discuss about employee benefit payable. Understood? Employee benefit means what? Salary. Whatever you are paying to employee, that is known as employee benefit expense. Correct? Then there are some AS based on items impacting financial statement. There are some accounting standard which will impact the item of financial statement. For example, AS4, AS5, AS11, AS12, AS22. Right now you don't know about AS4, AS5. Even though I will give title, you will not be able to understand. Items impacting FS. FS means financial statement. Always in my class. In my class, FS means what? Financial statement. Okay. Correct. Understood. Point number 6. Then there are some revenue based accounting standard. One is AS9, one is AS7. Revenue based means sales. He went to recognize sales, etc. Correct? He went to record sales. Yes, sir. Correct. Then, point number 7. There are some AS which deal with presentation and disclosure based accounting standard. Means we are supposed to give many disclosures as a notes to account in financial statement. Understood? For example, if a company is doing some transaction with a related party, correct? Suppose if I am related to you, correct? And this is my company. So can you say I will not charge any fees from you because you are related party now. So can you, this information should be also disclosed. If some transaction has been done with related party, but the amount charged is not adequate. Correct now. So if you have done some transaction with related party, that information need to be disclosed. So we are not recording it. We are recording as per the transaction, but information need to be given. this is inadequate price. Am I right or not? So that is what disclosure based accounting standard. There are many AS like this: AS1, AS1, AS3, AS17, AS18. AS18 is nothing but related party disclosure. Correct now. There are many others also. I have just given example. AS20, AS24, AS25. Understood? Then point number 8, accounting for amalgamation. Accounting for amalgamation. Correct. This is based on AS14, accounting standard 14. Now what is amalgamation? Right now I can't inform you because you don't know. This is a totally new topic for your life. Correct? Yes sir. You know about amalgamation? Excellent, yeah. Very good. Yes sir. Then AS for consolidated financial statement. AS for consolidated financial statement. There are 3 AS here: AS 21, AS 23, and AS 27. 3 accounting standard. So all accounting standard are part of your syllabus. All accounting standards are part of your syllabus. Understood? Correct. Means in our old scheme, there were some accounting standard which were not in part of your syllabus, which were not a part of old scheme CA in the syllabus. But now under new scheme, entire accounting standard will be part of your syllabus. Correct? Yes, sir. So you can see these are total accounting standard. You can count it also. Correct. You can see AS1, AS1, AS2, AS3 is there, 3, AS4, AS5, AS6 is not there because AS6 has been deleted for our life. Correct. Then AS7 is there. Then AS8 is not there. So AS8 is also deleted. So 2 accounting standard has been deleted. AS6 and AS8. So deleted, to will not discuss that. Whatever deleted, why to discuss? Correct. Then AS9, AS10, AS11, AS12, AS13, AS14, AS15, बोलना रे मिला, AS15, AS16, AS17. I'm just cross checking whether I've written everything or not. AS18, AS19, AS20, AS21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. All done. So 29, out of that 2 has been deleted. So 27 accounting standard we need to learn. Understood? Correct. Then after that, there are some separate chapters also they have given. Separate chapters. Correct. So first in this point number 1, they have given preparation of financial statement of companies. Means in our syllabus we don't have proprietorship or partnership. Proprietorship you have done in your foundation, you have done trading account, PL account, that was for proprietorship only. Then partnership was one chapter. I think you have done partnership chapter also. Interest on drawing, interest on capital, मजा आता था. Partners capital, partners current account, पता नहीं क्या क्या करवाया. Correct ना? So that chapter has been deleted, and believe me, that chapter was thoda sa, I will say, whatever was a part of what CA inter, so that was thoda sa complex, and that has been deleted. Believe me, from examination point of view, it was complex because simple thing that they have asked in CA foundation. Now, if they will ask in CA inter, thoda sa it will make what complicate, na, and that part has been deleted. Entire part. Thank you very much. Thank you. I will say thank you very much. Correct. Yes, sir. This is based on some format, and that format is given in Schedule 3 of Companies Act. It means with this chapter we need to also understand Schedule 3 of Companies Act. What is the format specified for preparation of financial statement. Now when I am saying financial statement, in this we'll discuss balance sheet and statement of profit and loss. Statement of profit and loss. That will be our objective. But only for what? Companies. Then second is what? Cash flow statement. Have a cash flow statement is also a part of financial statement. Means apart from balance sheet and statement of profit and loss, we also prepare statement of cash flow. But statement of cash flow is not done as per Schedule 3, it is done as per Accounting Standard 3. So can I say AS3, whatever I have written here, but that will be automatically covered with this chapter, and therefore will not do separately AS3. So AS3 will be automatically covered with this chapter. Correct. Understood. I will not teach first AS3 then cash flow statement. I'll do teach combined. Yes, sir. Then point number 3 is buyback of securities. Buyback means in CA Foundation you have done company chapter, in that you have done issue of equity shares. You have done now share application account, share allotment account, share first call, final call, pata nahi kya kya. Correct. Understood. So that has been done. Now thoda sa advanced topic ki buyback of equity shares. Buyback of equity shares. So what will be the accounting treatment of that? This is based on Companies Act. This is based on what? Companies Act. Only so there is no accounting standard, that we need to understand what are the provision given under Companies Act for buyback of equity shares. Then next chapter is amalgamation of company. Amalgamation of companies. The amalgamation of company will be done as per AS 14. So once again, I will not teach you AS 14 separately. I will not teach you AS 14 separately. Then point number 5 is what? Internal reconstruction. Internal reconstruction. So this is not based on any accounting standard. This is a separate chapter, internal reconstruction. Then point number 6 will be accounting for branch. Including foreign branch. Okay, this is also a totally new topic for you. Totally new topic for you. Understood? Accounting for branch and what? Including foreign branch. We will discuss in that topic. What is branch? What is that accounting, that we need to understand. Last, they have not mentioned it separately, but I am writing consolidated financial statement. Consolidated financial statement. You can see already covered in AS. So these 3 AS will be covered: AS 21, AS 23, AS 27. Understood? Correct. Have you understood this point? Correct. So this is the entire coverage of your topic. You can see we are discussing only related to companies only. All topics are related to companies apart from this branch. If you say all topics are related to companies, correct? Yes, sir. So you can see this AS14, AS21, 23, 27 and AS3. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be automatically covered with the chapters. The balance will do separately. Balance will do separately. Correct. Means let me take one example. If I say AS2, it deals with the inventory valuation. Inventory valuation. So when you will prepare final financial statement, that time you should know what is the inventory valuation requirement. Means when you will prepare company final account, means balance sheet and SOPL, you want inventory na closing stock. So closing stock is valued as per AS2. So automatically that will be covered in what? The company's financial statement. Correct now. Understood. But they may ask a separate question about inventory valuation through accounting standard 2 also. So that we need to understand what AS2 says, what property, plant and equipment AS10 says, that we need to discuss. Correct. This is the entire coverage. Now, as per question paper is concerned, as per question paper is concerned, right now we don't know what is the pattern of the question, but we know only this much. Ki 30% will be what? MCQs. What is MCQs? Multiple choice question. Correct. And balance will be what? 70% will be what? Subjective question. Subjective question. Understood. Now, of course, this is also not declared ki MCQs will be asked from which chapter. The MCQs will be asked from all chapters. Because if you will see ICS study material, they have given MCQs in every chapter. So it means it does not mean MCQ will be only from accounting standard. Correct now. Understood. The MCQs will be asked from every chapter. One thing is clear, that 30%. So there will be 30 MCQs. Correct. But one good point is that there is no negative marks in this. Means if you are doing 30 attempt, yeah, 30, so they will only give marks for correct answer. However, in your CA foundation, I think there were two multiple choice question paper. One was mathematics and one was economics. Now, so in that there was negative marks. So, dangerous. But now तो you can attempt nine. One A B C D. Correct. मार दो. तुक्का लग गया तो pass. It is good point that there is no negative mark. So if you don't know, then also attempt. If you don't know, then also try to attempt. It might be correct and you can get full marks, but if it is wrong, no negative marks. So this, the question is that whether this will be easy, but this will not be easy. Why not easy? Because can I say, for that you need to understand the entire content. Correct na? Each and every para. Because they can ask, we don't know from which para they are going to ask any questions. From which para they are going to ask the question. And can I say, you need to know the exact statement. Then only you can answer it. Correct. Even though they give multiple choice question, but you will be confused with the multiple choice only whether A is correct or B is correct, because both will be similar. Means it should be fully conceptual based teaching. Correct now. When I am saying subjective paper, so that can I say that can be improved through practice. Practice, because we know this type of questions will come, and can I say repeated type of questions you'll do. So automatically you become what? Perfect in that type of questions through practice. So I have no miss this 70%. Okay, this 70% can be done because we'll do practice. A lot of practice will do. But right now, to can I say, ICA has given some selected questions. Means in one chapter they have given only 5 to 6 questions, not more than that. But that question is not going to be asked now. They can create new questions. Now what they will create, I also don't know. You also don't know. So it means they can create any question from that chapter. Correct now. So in that way, you need to learn entire chapters. You can't do any selective study. So it means one thing is clear, that now concept based learning is required. Correct. Means when I say, when I used to do CA intern now, previously old scheme, I used to say if you have working knowledge you will pass. And believe me, concept was not so much required because there was no MCQs. Because I also know from accounting standard what are the questions they are going to ask. Because they have a set pattern of question paper and they will ask that type of question. If I have done that question, you need to practice. If you practice, you will pass. Simple now. Are you getting what I am saying? But now for us are interesting. The 30 marks, so it become what interesting. Means we can't skip any point. So now it become conceptual based learning. Correct? Understood? Means till you understand, you are not supposed to leave the classroom. Correct? Because just try to understand from a teacher point of view. When I am teaching, so I need to assume that you are understanding. Am I right or not? Because how I can understand that you are not understanding? Till you say, sir, I am not able to understand. Correct now? Got it? So it means till you understand, you need to be in the class and you should raise your doubt. Sir, I have not understood. Please clear that point once again. Correct? Understood? Correct. So one thing, doubt will not come because my teaching style has been designed in such a way that you will be able to understand each and every point. But then also, I am not Paramatma, I am Atma. Simple na? I am not Paramatma, I am Atma. So it might happen whatever I am teaching you are not able to understand. Quite possible. Quite possible. In that case, you need to be in the class or after the class, you need to ask me that particular doubt. Got it? Yes, sir. Now, this become entire syllabus. Now, I will not teach in this pattern. Means I will not teach first chapter number 1, chapter number 2, chapter number 3. Because abhi to introduction, believe me, if I'll introduce AS, you will not understand anything. Because you don't know accounting standard. However, other teacher will start with chapter number 1, I know. But can I say, Abhi, I will teach you this accounting standard is applicable to this is not applicable to this, you'll die. Because you don't know accounting standard only. So I will not start as per chapter number 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Correct now. Means if you see ICS study material, they have given syllabus in this way. Correct. Got it? So I may start with any accounting standard which I feel that you may be comfortable initially. And dire will increase the level. Correct now. For example, right now I will start AS2 today. I can start any AS. I will start AS2 because I know that you may understand initially because this is the first chapter. Correct. Then I will not go to AS10, AS13. I'll go to some other AS. Understood what I'm saying? So you are not supposed to ask why you are not teaching in the order. So that I will decide because that is my class. Understood? Correct. So we are not going to learn accounting standard topic wise. Topic wise. Understood? Now, today of course we will start accounting standard AS2 already I have said. I will start accounting standard. Correct now. Now just try to understand. You can see there will be one question bank. There will be one question bank. Means I will provide you question bank. I will provide you one question bank. In question bank you will see that it is first it will have some content of AS2. Content of AS2. Correct? देखो check करो. Content of AS2 है ना? Yes sir. Then followed by what? All the questions. Test your knowledge. In this first MCQs are given. MCQs are given. Then theory questions are given. Then practical question. First question from ICS study material. Then you can see followed by some question from other source which I think it may be also important from your point of view. Some question I have taken from some other book, etc., 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 which will be good from practice point of view. Correct. Then I have taken, you can see at the end, some question from what? You can see at the end. RTP means revision test paper, MTP means model test paper and past year exam, which I think they have given some new type of question. I have included that also. Means all coverage is there. Means all the question of ICS study material has been taken into consideration. Other sources also have taken into consideration. And RTP, MTP and exam also have taken into consideration. Correct? Understood. Now, can I say when I am doing AS2, I will not take all the questions. Means I will take few questions. Whatever question I am not taking, it is deemed homework. I will not say do it. It will be deemed homework. However, I will say, because initial class I will say, but धीरे you will be habituated of me. Correct now. So whatever question I am doing, okay, done. Whatever question I am not doing, that you need to do by your own. Any doubt, you are supposed to ask me. Any doubt, any single miss, if all questions are doubtful, I will do all the questions. But can I say, if some question you will do by your own, then only you will be able to understand whether you have understood or not. If I will do all the class if I will do all the question in class, how you will understand that you have understood? Because when I will do, then you will say yes only, na. Correct. So that will not help you in practice. Because when I am doing, you are not using your mind, you are just copy pasting. So when I am doing, you are not able to understand whether actually you have understood or not. When you are doing, then only you will be able to understand whether you have understood or not. So self practice is more relevant than what class practice. Got it? Understood? Have you understood? So there may be some question intensely I have given as homework, difficult question. It might happen. Why only easy question I will give? Normally what happen, if you see other faculty, they will do all, they will give, they will do one question, similar question they will give homework. Similar question so you can do now. If I have done one question in class and similar question, only the number has been changed, so you can do it now. You will see बोलना रे, and you will say मजा आ गया, मजा आ गया, मजा आ गया. But that is actually you have not understood. You have just copied paste the solution whatever I have done in class. Only you have changed the number, you have calculator, मजा आ गया. But in exam, what question is going to come, you don't know na. That you need to understand whether you can do some different type of questions by your own. If you can do it, okay. If you are not able to do it, I am there. Understood? Correct? Correct. Ha. But if you have doubt in all questions, I will do all questions in class. But you need to say me, yes sir, in this question I have doubt. Means can I say I will understand whether you are doing or not? If you are not asking, means you are not doing. Correct. So I will be able to understand who is studying, who is not studying. Who is studying, who is not studying. Correct? Okay. Now even though you are not asking, I know in which question doubt will come. So after 5-7 days, if you are not asking, I will come back, I will say you are nalayak, you will not do in class only. But that will not help you. Then I am doing my job, you are not doing your job. Yes or no? Once again, matching concept should be there. My effort is 100%, your effort should be 1000%. Then it will be equivalent effort. Huh? My 100%, your 1000%. तब मजा आएगा. Correct? Yes. So you can see I'll give you this question bank. Correct. So this question bank will be in volume 1, volume 2, volume 3 to pakka. Means 3 volume to pakka. It can be 4 volume also. Correct. I don't know right now because volume 1 has been prepared, volume 2 and volume 3 is under preparation. Correct. Yes sir. Now I'll also give you one AS Sarans. This is under preparation. Correct. This is under preparation. Under preparation means I am preparing it. Correct. Understood? Means in the old scheme I used to give this in writing. Correct. But now I have understood more focus should be on concept. So I'll give more time on concept. Writing I will give you. So this I will give you initially in PDF. Correct. At the end I'll give you the book also. Because at the end this book will be completed. Understood what I am saying? So I am preparing with time lagega. Because it will take time now. It has been designed in such a way that you can revise the entire years with this only. So it has been summarized from examination point of view. It has been summarized from examination point of view. Correct. Understood? So I will teach from this. I will teach from this. Understood? Then what is your job? I will teach from this. So you are learning from this. Then what you should do whenever you are doing self-study, go to what this content, just read it. From this you start reading whatever you have understood. Okay, whatever you not understood means I am not done in class. Simple na. If suppose some point is missed, you can ask me, sir, please explain this also. That also I will do. However, I will cover entire points. So then you go in home, just read it. Just read it. You can see this is given by explanation. It is given with explanation also. Everything is given detail. Detail. So you will be automatically you will be able to understand each and every point. Got it? But from exam point, revisions to be done on this. Correct. Got it? Then after this, go to question bank and whatever question is left, you do it. That will be our teaching pattern. Pattern, have you understood? Pattern. Because this also you should know what is my expectation. If you don't know my expectation, you will not be able to fulfill my expectation. And my expectation is the same as what I see expectations. Got it? So let us start our first chapter of our life. First CA Inter. First accounting standard of our life. AS2. Why have we started with AS2? Because you are comfortable with inventory. Yes or no? You are comfortable with inventory because there was one chapter in CA Foundation inventory, and that inventory chapter is nothing but AS2 only. Means I will say with CA Foundation you have actually done AS2, but nobody has informed you that it was AS2. Got it? So AS2, what is the title? Valuation of inventory. This title also you should learn. Accounting standard 2, valuation of inventory. Accounting standard 2, valuation of inventory. Got it? Correct. Come to point number 2. What is the meaning of inventory? What is the meaning of inventory? Because stock is actually not an inventory. Stock is a general term. Stock is a general term. What is the dictionary meaning of stock? A group of things. Can I say this stock of benches? But this bench is not inventory for me. Am I right or not? This stock of benches, nah. But these benches are actually property, plant and equipment for me. Am I right or not? I will say stock of study material. That is inventory for me. But that is stock of study material. Correct. I will say stock of equity shares. The stock of equity shares, whether it become inventory. No. It is not inventory. It's group of shares. The stock is a general term. I don't know traditionally we say opening stock, closing stock, and from there it comes stock means inventory. No, stocks are not inventory. Inventory is the correct term. Because we are using opening stock, closing stock, so it become a common name for us. But actually it's stock of inventories. Stock of inventories. So when I am saying what is inventory, don't say it is stock. So what is inventory? Goods purchased and sold. थोड़ा तो कुछ आया. Correct. Now, can I say because you have done financial statement of sole proprietorship and in your CA foundation, there were two units on that. If you remember, one was for non-manufacturing organization, one was for manufacturing organization. I don't know whether you have done manufacturing organization or not. You have done manufacturing organization. I think in manufacturing organization in CA Foundation you have also done manufacturing account, then trading account, and then what? PL account. But for trading organization you have done only trading account and PL account. Correct. It means, can I say, if I say all organization means entity for which we are preparing financial statement are of two types. One is what? Manufacturing. One is manufacturing and one is what? Non-manufacturing. Correct. So can I say non-manufacturing will purchase and sale? Means they are trading now. They are trading. They are doing trading only. They are doing trading. So they will purchase goods and sell that. So that goods are known as stock in trade. We call it what? Stock in trade. Means for them inventories were stock in trade. We call it stock in trade. Stock in trading. So stock in trade become inventory for them. Correct. And for manufacturing, the first they will purchase some item, then they will convert that item into finished goods, and that will be available for sale. So it means they will first purchase raw material. They will first purchase what? Raw material. And then that will be converted into what? Finished goods. Are you getting what I am? It will be converted into finished goods. Right, right. It is my good handwriting. Right. Listening is also very important. Writing is also very important. We'll do both together. Huh? Listening, writing. And I will be slow. Nothing to worry. Once you write down this much, then I will start. Correct. So, in case of manufacturing organization, what we do? We purchase raw material. Then we'll start our production process. And then after some time, production will be completed. And then after completion of production, whatever item produced, that is known as what? Finished goods. I hope you are understanding. I hope you are understanding. But it is quite possible you started production, year end came, production not completed. Quite possible lah. Means the raw material was put into the production and year end came. So it is now right now not a raw material because already you have put such raw material into production process now. Correct? And year end came. So you need to prepare financial statement. So whether it is finished goods. So it is known as what? Work in progress. It is known as what? WIP. So we'll call it WIP. It means, can I say, for manufacturing organization, there are three types of inventory. One is raw material, one is WIP, one is finished goods. And for non-manufacturing, only one type of inventory, that is what? Stock in trade. Can these finished goods and stock in trade are held for sale? Are held for sale or not? Held for sale. Held for sale. Correct. Held for sale. Yes, sir. Now, this raw material is held for what? Held for consumption in production process. In production process. Correct. Held for consumption in production process. Correct. And this WIP is what? Held in production process. Held in production process, but till now not produced. Correct. Have you understood? So this become inventory. This become inventory. Sir, you are saying held for sale. Suppose right now you can see I have a camera. But it is held for sale or held for use? So it is not inventory. It is not inventory. Am I right? So with this definition, we can identify which one is inventory, which one is not inventory. Sir, what you are saying, sir, camera, I am using it, but after some time I may sell it also. Are you able to understand? Suppose I have used it for 3 years and now I don't want to use this camera, I want to purchase new camera. मजा आएगा. Better quality. So it is also available for sale na. So once it become available for sale, whether it become inventory? whether it will become inventory. Are you able to understand? Ki camera initially it was held for use, but after some time so we can sell it na. I think you have done calculation of gain or loss on sale of fixed asset. So once you have sold, once you have decided to sell it, so I'm not using it. So at that point of time, whether it will become inventory, yes or no? Written held for sale, but it is held for sale in what? Ordinary course of business. Ordinary course of business. Ordinary course of business. Achha, you are not supposed to read this content till I read. Okay? You are not supposed to read anything. Okay? Because once you read, it might happen interest lost. Okay? Correct? So you are not supposed to read this content till I read. Because once you read, you think you have understood, but actually it might happen you have not understood. Correct? Okay? Got it what I am saying? When I will say read, then you read. But till I say don't read. Okay, sir. Have you understood? So held for sale in what? OCB. OCB means what? Ordinary course of business. I will say OCB, don't write in exam OCB. Yeah? Otherwise they will make you what? OCB. Got it? Correct. So this become definition of inventory. The inventories are what? Asset. Inventories are asset. Inventories are assets. So what is asset? Means the first we need to understand what is asset. Inventories are asset. So if I want to understand inventory, so first we need to understand what is asset. Am I right or not? Till I ask, don't respond anything. Now see, inter class is started. Huh? Correct. Correct. Don't say anything. I will ask. Don't worry. Just try to understand. Try to concentrate whatever I am saying. I know you what you know, and I know what you don't know also. Okay. 1 second. Inventories are asset. Means first we need to understand what is the meaning of asset. Means any asset can be inventory, any asset can be property, plant and equipment, any asset can be investment also. So first we need to understand it is an asset, then only it will become inventory. Na? If it is not an asset, the question of classification will not arise. So what is the meaning of asset? Now your turn. One by one. Asset. Anything which provide benefit for more than 1 year. You purchase inventory, it can be sold within 2 days, or will wait for 1 year. No, no, no. Asset definition hai na. It means wrong definition. Because one thing you understand, inventories are asset. Given in AS2. Means what you are thinking, what you know, actually you don't know. I am asking asset. You are saying asset, anything which provide benefit for more than 1 year. So inventory can be sold within 1 hour only, within 1 minute only. So it is not an asset. It was initially asset. Once sold, it will become expense. As per which concept? Matching concept. That already I have done where? Foundation. Are you getting what I am saying? So purchase account is what? Real account. Why? Because purchase represents inventory, and inventory is what? Asset. Oh. CA foundation clear kya? Okay. So what is the meaning of asset? Anyone want to try, or I will only say? Hmm? Okay. But that was thoda sa not a technical definition. That is not a technical definition. Okay. What is the meaning of asset? Means can I say you have done CA foundation, you have prepared balance sheet, you have done asset, you have done liability, You have done income, expense, everything, but nobody has defined, nobody has given the proper definition of asset. But now the time has came to understand the proper definition of asset. So asset means what? The first to come to asset, Baba. Asset means what? Asset means what? Asset means any resource arising from past event. Oh, past event. Acha, acha, acha. Arising from past event, past activity. Point number A, which is controlled by an entity, and point number B, which provides what? FEB. FEB means what? Future economic benefit. That one for the first time you are adding FEB. It is future economic benefit. Correct. Understood. So asset means any resource arising from past event which is controlled by the entity. So what is the meaning of control? So what is the meaning of control? One thing is clear that this definition has not given importance to ownership. Means control can arise without ownership also. Means asset which is not an owned asset can be our asset. Means even though we are not legal owner, it can be our asset. Am I right or not? So one thing we have understood, this definition has not given importance to ownership. They have given importance to what? Controlled. Ha. Can I say if this mobile is owned by me, so of course it is under my control. Correct. If this mobile is owned by me, so it is deemed that it is under my control. But not always. Correct. Not always. I hope you are understanding. Correct now. Are you able to understand? Correct. Do you know about lease? Leased asset? I think you know the term, but actually the lease accounting will be a detailed accounting will do under AS 19. But I know you know the term lease. Now, in that case, leased asset, because you have many times written leased asset in the balance sheet as an asset in your class 11, 12, or whatever you have done in your CA foundation. Am I right or not? If you have written leased asset in the balance sheet, it means it become asset only. But can you see in that case, legal ownership is never transferred, but control is transferred. So control is with you, but not ownership, it become your asset. So what is the meaning of control? You define that now. You are not defining that. You are giving only examples. Define karte hain. Control means what? Control means what? Either, sorry, entity can use it. Entity can use it. Means entity can use such asset. Control means entity can use such asset. So use means what? If you are using, then only you can derive entire economic benefit from that asset. If you are not using, how can you derive? The entity can use it. It means entity is able to derive entire economic benefit of that asset. Correct. And entity has a right to restrict other person other person to use it. Understood? Entity has a right to restrict other person to use it. Understood? Now right now you are saying many asset, यहाँ पर furniture is there, camera is there. You are using this furniture, huh? Correct. You are using, but it is my asset, huh? But you may use it, but can you restrict me? But I can restrict you. It is under my control, not under your control. Anytime I can say, go out of class. बोले yes or no? I need to go. बोलना yes or no? I will not say don't worry. Are you able to understand? Me, this asset, you might be using it right now, but it is not under your control. It is under my control. Can you touch this camera without my permission? No, no, no. This camera, so you can't touch. Camera. CCTV camera is also there. This camera, so you can't touch also. It is under my control. Correct now? Are you able to understand what I am saying? Correct? अरे बोलना रे. Correct. Suppose I have given one asset on lease to you. So it is my asset which is owned by me, but you are using it. So you are deriving all the economic benefit of that asset, and you can restrict me. It means it is under your control. If you can't restrict me, it is not under your control. Correct? Understood? The detailed discussion about that we'll do under lease chapter. But I hope an idea I have given. An idea I have given. Correct? So entity can use such asset, and entity can has the right to restrict other person to use it. Correct? Understood what I am saying? Any doubt? So what is the meaning of future economic benefit? So how to derive future economic benefit? So can future economic benefit can be either by way of increase in income. Increase in income means that asset is increasing our income, or that asset is decreasing our cost. Decreasing our cost means whatever asset I am using, either that is helping us to increase our revenue or decrease our cost, then it means it is providing future economic benefit. Future economic benefit. Understood? Now I hope you have understood the meaning of asset. So asset means any resource arising from past event which is controlled by the entity and which provide future economic benefit. Means there are two conditions: control and future economic benefit. Means our owned asset might not be under our control. It is not your asset. An asset which is not owned may be under your control. Means that is your asset. Correct? So ownership is not important. What is important? Control is important. Understood? So this asset definition is given which years? So this means this asset definition is not given in any accounting standard. This is given in framework for the preparation and presentation of financial statement. Means this is given in one chapter I have given now. Correct? Chapter number 2 as per ICI study material. I don't know which chapter as per my material. Correct? So it is given in the framework for the preparation and presentation of financial statement. Correct. So do that chapter first. Do that chapter na. So why you started with AS2? You don't know how to teach. You might be thinking that. Yes or no? Don't think. Because you came here to learn from my style. Correct. Because if I will start that chapter, you'll die. So I'll just making you comfortable. Dheere dheere I will make you expert. Okay? Correct. तो अभी तो we have done asset definition. Now we'll start inventory definition. Oh. अभी तक तो we have not touched inventory. Now inventory. Inventories are asset. Now asset means what? Two conditions. So whenever asset is coming in your mind, two conditions would come in your mind. Control and what? Future economic benefit means if any one condition is not satisfied, it is not an asset, it can't be inventory. Understood? So inventories are asset which are held for sale in ordinary course of business. Which are held for sale in ordinary course of business. Which are held in the process of production. Which are held in the form of material or supplies to be consumed in the process of production or rendering of services. I hope you have understood the definition. Means if I say manufacturing and non-manufacturing, so can I say for manufacturing this become finished goods, this become WIP, this become raw material, and for non-manufacturing can I say it become what? Stock in trade, and this is 00. Correct. Understood? Yes, sir. So inventories are assets which are held for sale in the ordinary course of business, which are held in the process of production, which are held in the form of material supplies to be consumed in the process of production process or for rendering of services. Can you repeat with me? Now, if somebody asks you what is inventory, you say stop. No. You are CA, na? You should define it properly. You should define it properly. Am I right or not? So inventories are assets which are held for sale in ordinary course of business, which are held in the process of production, which are held in the form of material or supplies to be consumed in the process of production or rendering of services. Understood? Yes, sir. I hope you have understood this. Sir, you said rendering of services. So in service organization there is inventory. But I am providing you service or I am doing trading यहाँ पर. Service means our organization is service organization. So what inventory you find here? What are the inventories? बोलो. Because these are what? अरे empty हो गया. This is what? अरे ये भी empty है. This is what? हाँ. Correct. Understood? So I purchase some batteries. Batteries ना? 1, 2, 3. 3 ना? These 2 तो consumed. This is not yet consumed. Correct? Are you getting what I am saying? So, but these are purchased for what? It is held in the form of material or supplies to be consumed in the process of providing services to you. So these are also my inventory. These are my inventory. Understood? Correct? Once it is consumed, it becomes expense. Benefit, right? But this is where the expense is an asset. Can we charge it to profit and loss account? No. Understood? Because this is not yet consumed, na? Matching concept. But this is already transferred to PL. Because already used, already benefit derived, देखो empty हो गया ना? But this is not yet consumed. So held in the form of, last point, held in the form of material or supplies to be consumed in the process of production or for rendering of services. Means what is the objective? What is the objective of this accounting standard to understand the valuation of this inventory? Means we need to understand how to value stock and trade. We need to understand how to value finished goods. We need to understand how to value WIP. We need to understand how to value raw material. This is the objective of this chapter. Have you understood the definition? Can I ask one question? Correct. Now, just try to understand. थोड़ा सा क्लैरिटी देंगे, थोड़ा सा. Correct. Understood? Clarification. You have done manufacturing organization. You prepare manufacturing account. And then you have prepared trading account. You have done or not? If you have not done, then I will die. Am I right or not? Anyone who have not done manufacturing account? I think everyone have done. Yes, sir. So what do you think about us? You only know everything. We also know, sir. Yes, sir. Correct. Now, in Bachpan you have done that. There are two type of expense. One is direct expense. What is indirect expense? Direct expense, indirect expense. Direct expense will be transferred to which account? Means this both. Direct expense. And indirect expense? Indirect expense are PL. Correct. This you have understood? Correct. Means can I say, just try to understand. This direct expense are nothing but manufacturing cost. Manufacturing cost. Bolo yes or no? No, what this costing says that there are two type of cost. One is direct cost and one is indirect cost. Oh, acha. This is indirect expense. We are not discussing about indirect expense. Means this direct expense are of two type. Direct cost, indirect cost. Are you able to understand? This you are learning for the first time, huh? Correct. In CA foundation there was, but nobody teach in this way. I know. But try to understand what I am saying. Correct. So when I am saying direct expense, so you understood manufacturing and trading account. When I say indirect expense, so you have understood PL account. So right now I am not discussing about indirect expense. I am discussing about direct expense. Now direct expense from costing point of view, there is one subject costing. But now it is in group 2. Understood what I am saying? So if you would have done costing before AS2, then it will be easy for me to explain this all. Are you getting what I am saying? Because costing was done. So costing is up to this. Costing is up to this. Then we start what? PL account. So from manufacturing account we find out cost of production or profit. Cost of production, na? The cost. We derive cost from manufacturing account. Then from trading we calculate gross profit and then PL account we calculate net profit. Correct. Understood. So financial statement we are preparing for profit. But first we need to know cost, na? The costing subjects say there are two type of direct expense. One is direct, one is indirect. Now this direct will be of three types: direct material, direct labor, direct manufacturing cost. Direct material means raw material. Direct labor means labor engaged in production. And direct manufacturing expense means which are directly incurred. ठीक है थोड़ा थोड़ा समझो. And indirect will be also three types: indirect material, indirect labor, indirect manufacturing cost. Understood? In simple word, if you are producing this mobile, any expense which are directly attributable, that become direct cost. Any cost which are indirectly attributable, that become indirect cost. For example, just try to understand. I'll just give one example because that is not so much important from this chapter point of view. Only to understand this word: direct labor, direct material, direct cost. Definition, everything you will do in costing subject. That is not my job. But in this chapter, we'll use this word direct material, direct labor. You should know these terms now. Correct. Understood. Now, just try to, whatever is seen here is the body, etc. And when you open it, there is some motherboard, etc. That is visible, that become direct material. But can I say, to produce this mobile, you require some chemicals. You may require some coal to generate fire for molding it, etc. So you purchase coal also. You purchase some chemical, whether it is visible. Chemical, where is the chemical? Bhai, chemical. Coal is where? But that is also used na. That is also used na. The coal you purchase, but that is not directly attributable. That is indirect material. And this plastic or whatever steel, I don't know. Correct. But whatever is visible, that is what? Direct material. Understood? Direct labor means what? Which is directly engaged in the production. There will be some labor who are directly engaged in production. But in the factory, there will be many other persons who are not directly engaged in the production. For example, storekeeper. For example, security guard. They are not engaged in what? Production. But they are also there not to secure the asset. The security guard. That is also required or not? So that become indirect labor. Correct. Understood? For example, just try to understand. You have used some plant and machinery to produce this. Means you require some equipment to produce this. Now there will be some plant and machinery. Big plant will be there now. The depreciation of that plant is also what? Directly attributable. बोलना yes or no? Correct. So if you are using some plant and machinery to produce this, the depreciation of that plant is directly attributable now, because that plant and machinery is required. Are you able to understand what I am saying? So that are, I have just giving some information. These are direct material, direct labor, direct manufacturing cost. There are some indirect material, indirect labor, indirect manufacturing cost. But that is not indirect expense. These are other than what? Indirect expense. Means these are direct expense from financial statement point of view. Whatever you have done in your CA foundation. I am just giving a clarification. You don't be confused when I am saying indirect cost. That is not indirect expense what you charge to PL account. Understood? Now, this is known as in total production overhead. We call it what? Production overhead. So when I say production overhead, it means what? Production overhead means indirect material, indirect labor, indirect manufacturing cost. So I just want to give you this term, production overhead. Have you understood this point? Correct. Have you understood this point? Simple na? Correct. This much you understood? Have you understood? Means just try to understand. You have prepared trading account. And you have prepared PL account, because this is very common you have prepared. Commonly you have prepared this manufacturing account. I don't think so you have practiced so much. 1 or 2 questions you have done. Because 1 or 2 questions is on ICA study material. But trading account, PL account, you have done many trading, many PL account. Okay. Now, you first write down purchase. Suppose 100, opening stock delete karo. So first year only there was no opening stock. First year, correct na? Purchase. You purchase 1 unit at rupees 100. Then can I say to bring the inventory, you need to incur some expense. That is known as carriage inward. You used to write down carriage inward यहाँ पर. You should write down यहाँ पर only. You never written in PL account na. Then there is some loading and unloading charges. Someone will load, then unload. You will pay some wages, etc. to that level. For loading and unloading, wages you have written where? Wages यहाँ पर. Correct. Understood what I am saying? Suppose this is 10 rupees. This is 10 rupees. Then you have, then this unit whatever you have purchased, that will be sold. And on sale, you will incur some expenses. On sale, you will incur some expense. You need to transport that to the customer place. Correct now? Means suppose you are providing transportation facility, so you need to incur some transportation expenses from your premises to customer premises. So that is what? Carriage outward. So 2 carriage outward write यहाँ पर. हाँ अच्छा yeah. अच्छा sorry. Actually I was confused थोड़ा सा. Carriage outward suppose 10 rupees. Means this distinction is there na. Now my question to you all, Just try to understand. मजा आ गया. If I want, what is the closing stock? Because you say closing stock. It is not sold. Not sold means what? It is an asset or expense. So you write on buy closing stock. बचपन में how much closing stock? 120. Oh ho ho. 120 means this is the cost price of stock. The cost price of inventory. This is the cost price of inventory. Means you know everything. What I will teach, I am just giving in some technical terms way. Entire bachpan you have done this only. Can I say cost price of inventory is not 100? Cost price of inventory is 120. And if you sold at what 150, what is GP? Then 30. Means can I say these costs are recovered from customer? But these are not recovered from customer. Can I say in this way? Means can I say in this way, whatever you recover from customer is the cost price of inventory, and what you can't recover from customer, that become indirect expense and charged to PL. बोलना yes or no? Simple word. Yes or no? Means when you are saying sale price, the sale price is equal to cost price plus profit na. The cost price means what? 100 plus 10 plus 10. Will you recover this? No, 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 no. And if you are recovering, then it is also what? Direct expense. If you are recovering. But normally we don't recover. Understood? Are you able to understand this point? So now our objective to understand the valuation of inventory. Valuation of inventory. Can I say just try to understand? First you will purchase it. Date of purchase. And suppose it is not sold during the year, then it will be lying as a stock on 31st March. So on 31st March, this is known as balance sheet date. We call it what? Balance sheet date. Also known as reporting date. Also known as a reporting date. Are you able to understand? So if it is not sold, so you need to also value as on this date. Means you are doing valuation यहाँ पर as well as यहाँ पर, because it is inventory on 31st March also. It is not yet sold. So on this date we value at cost price. On this date we valued at cost price. Means on the date of purchase we'll value at cost price. But on 31st March we'll value at cost price or NRV, whichever is lower. Understood? Means actual valuation we are doing on 31st March, here so it is valued at cost price only. Means the objective of this chapter to determine the value of inventory on balance sheet date. The objective of this chapter is to determine the value of inventory on 31st March, and that is done at cost price or NRV, whichever is lower. Understood? Means initially this is known as initial recognition. This is known as initial recognition. So initial recognition is done at cost price or NRV. But this is known as subsequent recognition. This is known as subsequent recognition and measurement. So subsequently it is valued at what? Cost price or NRV, whichever lower. So if somebody asks you on the date of purchase how to value inventory, if you say cost price or NRV whichever lower, 0 marks. MCQ question, conceptual based question. If I will not teach this, now MCQ I don't know what type of question they are asking. Understood now? Now detailed discussion is required. Understood? Detailed discussion. You start writing now, na? When I say important, you start writing. Okay? So I will not say bar write, huh? Okay? You should write down. This much you have written. This you have written. This you have written. Why you have not written? I'll be very slow. You can write with me. ठीक है ना? Don't worry. I am also understanding that you are writing. When you are writing, I'll be slow. You are not writing, I'll be fast. So write now with me. Because what happened now? I need to sit silent. What I will do? Write, Baba. Write. I am sleeping. I am sleeping. Once over, inform me. I think whatever you are saying, you are able to follow me. Even though it is very new type of learning. Yes or no? Are you able to follow me now? Bas only comfort, be comfort. Don't think about future. After 10 days now, you will become friend of mine. And I will become your friend. Then to dosti ho jayega. Then what? Then to whatever I will say, you will understand. Only 10 days I require. Give me 10 days. Because 10 days you will understand my teaching style. Correct now. One thing I am saying that you just go and discuss any topic with your friend who are doing somewhere else. You will understand what they are doing and what you are doing. Just someday, whenever you have time, just discuss with your friend. Your friends have taken coaching from many other faculties now. You also know, I also know. Just sometime, whenever you have time, just start discussing. You will understand the difference. They know only whatever is written book, but you are one step above. Means I am preparing you for final also. Objective is CA final or CA inter? Batao. CA final. You are my, I am your Dronacharya. You are my Arjun. Understood? Batao. Arjun will see what? I. Right now, I is what? CA, not CA inter. Am I right or not? Objective is CA final, na? So we'll think about that. Written. Acha, I have written DM. DM means district magistrate. DM means what? Acha, direct material, na? Okay. So please, because I am habituated of writing this, na? So I can't write full. So when I am writing, that time you can write on direct material full. Because this is for the first time you are learning this, but I am habituated now. I'm teaching from so many years. I'm habituated of writing DM, DL like this. Okay. If you want, I will write them full also. You want me to write them full? So DM means what? DL means what? DMC means what? Direct manufacturing cost. IM means what? Indirect material. IL means what? Indirect labor. IMC means what? Indirect manufacturing cost. D means what? IE means what? Indirect expense. Thank you very much. And this is known as production OH. OH means what? Overhead. Very good. Means you are listening properly. That too I have understood. Production OH. OH means overhead. You write full. You write full. And if you want, I will also write full. Chalega na? Chalega. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm very. PL means what? This, if you, even though you have not written chalega, correct. But this you write down. But this also you write down. Whatever I'm writing, write down. That will help you to generate what concept. Okay. But first you write down this. Why it is very thick. Yeah. Acha. The date of purchase, valuation is done at what price? Cost price. This is known as initial recognition. Balance sheet date, reporting date, valuation is done at what price? Cost price or NRB, whichever is lower. Subsequent recognition. Understood? We are not recording. We are not recording. Correct. We are not recording. I said cost price will be always on this date. We never calculate cost price on this day. This what suppose this was 100, what we have calculated 120 now. So this was on the date of purchase only. On the date of purchase, so this become 120. 120. Now can we change that subsequently? No, no. The cost price remain 120 only. The cost price was determined on which date? On the date of purchase. Understood? Correct. Now what is cost price? That I have not discussed. I have to just give an example. अभी तो पूरा detailed discussion is required. Understood? Can we proceed? Are you able to follow me? 10 days I will ask. Are you able to follow me? Are you able to follow me? Are you able to follow me? If you say yes, then 11 day jackass. Then I will never ask. Okay? Because I will understand you are following me. So then धीरे धीरे I will increase the speed also. Huh? Because I need to complete the syllabus also. But please write with me. Only one, because I can't sit silent. Write with me. Chalo, okay, 10 days में it will become your habit. Then, so what is the objective of this chapter? Objective of this chapter is valuation of inventory on which date? Reporting date means what? Balancing date. You can write on balancing date also. Correct. At lower of what? Cost price or NRV? But why it is lower? Why not higher? Conservatism. Ki suppose you purchase at rupees 100 and you can sell it at rupees 120. It is an expected profit, expected loss. So expected profit. Now can we recognize expected profit? No, Baba, no. Therefore value at what? 100. But if the cost price is 100 and you are expecting to sell it at rupees 80, so even though there is no sale, what is the expected loss? Expected loss is 20. So we should anticipate expected loss arising from past event, because you have already purchased it, it become what? Past event. And therefore this need to be recognized. So if it is lower, this will be recognized and transferred to PL. Understood? Correct. So we say whenever NRV is lower than cost price, so it means we have write down. This is write down now. This is write down. We are writing down from 100. We are writing down to 80 na. We are writing down to 80. So we have written down inventory from 100 to 80. So this is write down of inventory to is to what? It's NRV. So we call it, this is writing down of inventory to is NRV. Writing down of his inventory to NRV. Right now, बार बार बोलता हूँ. All things are new. You can't retain everything. You are not Paramatma. You are Atma. कितने बार बोलेंगे राइट राइट? What, this is my good handwriting only ना. अच्छा, whatever I am writing in this, you write down here only. Huh? This is what your AS Sarang. Write down here. हाँ. Why I have given this? मजा आ रहा है ऐसे, मतलब कुछ भी करते हो. This is Saran's book. Write down here. This is class note. Write down in notebook. I am also reversing बार बार ना. I am switching ना, यहाँ से यहाँ, यहाँ से यहाँ. ठीक है? Because that will be help you for revision purpose. This is write down of inventory to its NRV. इतना समझाना पड़ता है. To its NRV. And can you, whatever you have written down, means how much you have written down? 20. Whatever you have written down, that become loss. And this loss will be transferred to what? PL. This loss will be transferred to PL. Understood? Correct. Yes, sir. Now, can I say we need to now understand what is cost price and what is NRV, means how to calculate cost price and how to calculate NRV. Can I say once we have understood that, then chapter over. Chapter over. Now let us come to cost price. First to cost price. Now for cost price, we need to understand what are the two types of organization: trading and manufacturing. Can you just try to understand? When I am saying trading organization, so we are here to find out cost price of what? Stock in trade. बोलो yes or no? This is write down organization, trading. So what is the objective? To find out the cost price of stock in trade. So can I say in this what you are purchasing? What you are purchasing? Stock in trade only. So we'll calculate how to find out cost of purchase. Cost of purchase. Of what? SIT means what? Stock in trade. Understood. But in case of manufacturing organization, बताओ. Actually we are producing what? Finished goods. But we are purchasing what? Raw material. The first we need to find out cost of purchase of raw material. Then we should add what? Some conversion cost, means cost of converting raw material into what? Finished goods. We will add what? Cost of conversion. Correct. This cost of conversion are of two types. One is direct labor, because labor is required to convert them. Labor is required. And one is known as production overhead. Oh, oh, ho, 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 ho. Production overhead means what? Indirect material, indirect labor, indirect manufacturing cost. Are you able to understand? Correct. But here too we will not convert now. Correct. Understood. Then once the production is completed, just type of production completed. Then this mobile is produced. I am producing this mobile. I am the manufacturer. Mobile produced. You can see mobile. You can see mobile na. Bolo. Correct. Can I sell it like that? Can I sell it? Means production completed, but whether it is ready for delivery, means whether it is available for sale, no, because what is required? Packaging is required. So there are some other costs which may be incurred after the production is completed. Correct? बोलना yes or no? For example, if this production is completed, the production is completed in where? In factory. But you will not sell from factory. You need to transfer that goods to warehouse. So you need to incur some transportation costs from factory to warehouse to bring the inventory in condition of sale. Correct? So that will be also added. So that is known as other cost. Other cost. Normally in this case other cost will not arise, but can possible in some situation. Just write down other cost. Means can I say when I am into manufacturing organization, there are three components. One is what? Cost of purchase. Second is what? Cost of conversion. Third is what? Other cost. Correct. And when I am into trading, there is mainly one component, cost of purchase, but they may be in some circumstances other cost also. Understood? Are you able to understand? Yes, sir. My question to you all: this is the cost of purchase of what? Stock in trade. But this is the cost of purchase of what? Raw material. Understood? Means, can I say, if you want to find out only cost price of raw material, this is the cost price of raw material. But this all three together will become what? Cost price of finished goods. Cost price of finished goods. Am I right or not? So now we need to understand how to calculate cost of purchase, how to calculate cost of conversion, how to calculate other costs. These are the expenses which are included in cost price, which are included in cost price, which are included in cost price. Understood? Correct? That is the topic. Topic is what? Cost price. What are included and what are not included. What are not included will be charged to PL as an expense. Whatever included, that will be capitalized to the cost price of inventory. Capitalized means added. बोलना है yes or no? So what are the three components? Cost of, then cost of, then what? Other cost. Can I say when I am into manufacturing organization, this is the cost of purchase of what? And when I am into trading organization, this is the cost of purchase of what? Stock in trade. Means when I am into point number A, this may be cost of purchase of raw material or cost of purchase of stock in trade, depending upon what we are purchasing. Depending upon what we are purchasing. So first, what is cost of purchase? Cost of purchase means invoice price. So what is invoice price? What is invoice price? Any price mentioned in invoice, that is invoice price. Have you seen invoice? Means have you purchased any item? So I think you have seen that invoice. The price mentioned in the invoice is invoice price. Correct. Understood? The invoice price. I think no discussion required. Correct. Then minus trade discount. Minus trade discount. So what is trade discount? I think you know trade discount, you know cash discount. So what is trade discount? What is cash discount? You will say me, I will say you. You only say. What is trade discount? What is cash discount? I know you are familiar with this term. Because I also teach CA Foundation. Huh? Correct? What is trade discount? What is cash discount? Guys, there is something mic inbuilt here. Till now I am not. Oh, hold your emotions. Otherwise you will get emotions. Emotions control karo. I am giving time. Process it. Follow. Who will say now? Who want to say? You want to say? Very good, excellent. Cash discount means it is small quantity of stock, small quantity of goods, large quantity. No, no. Oh my. छोड़ 100% wrong. Hundred percent correct. Any discount given on trade date is trade discount of whatever nature. Any discount given on trade date is trade discount. नाम में trade है. So on the date of purchase, whatever discount you are received, that becomes trade discount. But at the time of settlement, at the time of payment, whatever discount extra you are receiving, that you don't know on trade date. So can you deduct? Because this is on initial recognition. Initial recognition means on the date of purchase. That time you don't know about cash discount. Because that will receive on the date of payment. and therefore that is not deducted. So trade discount means any discount of whatever nature on trade date. Any discount of whatever nature on settlement date is known as cash discount, and cash discount will be not deducted. Cash discount will not be deducted because that discount we don't know now, right now. Understood? Correct? The only trade discount. Just write down. Cash discount or settlement discount, sometimes known as what? Settlement discount is not deducted. It will be transferred to PL when received. When received. Have you understood this point? Correct. So invoice price minus trade discount plus any non-refundable duties and taxes. Any non-refundable duties and taxes. Now there are two type of tax. One is known as direct tax. One is known as indirect tax. I hope you know. Detailed discussion will be done by your teacher in tax. Now right now we are discussing about indirect tax. So when I am saying non-refundable taxes, so these are indirect tax. Can you give me some example of indirect tax? Excellent. GST. Any other example? Custom duty. Custom duty means when you purchase some item from foreign country, you need to pay some duty to government. That is known as custom duty or import duty. These are indirect tax. Income tax means any tax which you need to pay to the government on your income. That is direct tax. Okay, correct. So when I am saying non-refundable duties and taxes, these are only indirect tax. Correct. For example, GST. GST. Now, sometime what happens, GST is recoverable from government. Whatever you have paid, that is recoverable from government. So if it is recoverable, but it is your cost. Are you able to understand? Whatever you have paid, if it is recovered from if it is recovered from government, so whether it is your cost, no. But if it is not recoverable, then cost. Therefore, non-refundable. Oh, if it is refundable, it is not your cost. If it is refundable, then it is not your cost. Understood? Means what actually happened? अभी देखो क्या होता है, this very early stage you don't know about GST. Correct? Because GST is not yet done. So it becomes so difficult for me to explain each and every point. But I will be there to explain you. Correct? Means I will be teaching you GST now. अरे बोलना रे. Yes sir. GST. थोड़ा सा knowledge about GST. Suppose this is what, this is what, this is what, I don't know. Suppose this is manufacturer, this is retailer, this is customer. Okay, na? Understand? Suppose they purchase some goods at a cost price of 100. They will add their profit 20. So it become 120. So this becomes sale price. So this will be sold to what? Retailer. So they will prepare one invoice. They will prepare one invoice. In this they will write down sale price how much? 120. And they need to charge GST on that. GST. Detailed discussion will be done by your GST faculty. Yeah? I am not a GST faculty. Means your tax faculty. Correct. I am here to for accounting na. अरे बोलना रे. Suppose the rate is, there are very different types of rate, 8%, 18% like this. Let us assume 10% for easy. 10% is not a rate. Can I assume 10%? Yes sir, why not sir, your class? 12. So this become 132. So what is recoverable from customer? 132. Correct. Understood what I am saying? So right now I am doing this accounting from retailer point of view. If I will do from manufacturer point of view, now, so I need to also think from where they are purchasing. So right now think only from retailer point of view. So it means retailer is paying how much? Payment done 132. Correct. So what journal entry they will pass? Inventory. Now inventory can write down. You want me to write down purchase? Sir, inventory. Account debit. In bracket write down purchase account. बचपन से किया ना, बताओ. Now the question is 120 ki 132. The question is this: 120 ki 132. Are you able to understand? The doubt is this only na. 120 is what? Invoice price. Should we, if I am writing 132, it means you are saying add GST. But if you are saying what? 120, you are saying don't add GST. You need to understand whether it is refundable or you need to pay how much? 132. You are paying how much? Means payable is what? Payable is what? Or paid what? 132. Now we are thinking about 120 or 132. This is only doubt now. Correct. Now, just try to understand. Now this retailer will sell to whom? Customer. Understood? Just try to understand. Now, just try to understand. What our GST Act says that this GST, whatever you have paid, can be recovered from customer indirectly. Means indirectly, this GST should be levied on end customer. End customer. Understood? Correct. Means now they will find out sale price. Sale price. So what is their cost? You only say. If this is recoverable, so whether it is a part of cost? No. Am I right or not? If it is recovered from what? Whom? This customer. So will you add it to the cost? Am I right or not? So therefore cost price will be 120. And then they will add their profit. Suppose profit is 30. So this become 150. Now they will make their own invoice. Now he will make invoice now. So sale price is what? 150. Now they will also say GST at a rate of what? 10%. Suppose. So this become 15. So what is receivable? 165. Means just try to how much they have paid. How much they have paid. How much this retailer has paid? GST 12. How much they are recovering from customer? 15. Means they have paid how much? Now they have paid how much GST? They are recovering how much? What is the net amount? This we need to pay to government. Means only 3 rupees. Means whatever we have paid, that is indirectly recoverable from government or not? Means if it is not recovered, then you need to pay how much? 15 to the government, na? But what is government saying? 15 you have received from customer. Already how much you have paid? You pay only 3 rupees. That 12 he will pay. So 12 plus 3, 15. Government is getting how much? 15 only. But indirectly it is debited whom? Customer. Means customer is paying to whom? Retailer is paying to whom? Manufacturer will pay to whom? Government. So 3 rupees will pay and manufacturer will pay how much? Government. Are you getting what I am saying? Correct. What will be journal entry? This journal entry is not in our syllabus, only for your understanding practically. So here, can you see your cost is 120 ki 132? Inventory accounts to be debited with 120 ki 132? 120. Why? Why? Please. 120. Why? Because this 12 is recoverable indirectly from government. Am I right or not? Correct. Therefore, we write down one account. We call it input GST. A new term in your life. How much? 12. So this is receivable, na? Therefore debited. Correct. Now when you will pass sales journal entry, so you will say trade receivable or debtor or bank. How much received from customer? 165. But what is your income? You only say 150 ki 165. 150 only. Your income is 150 because 15th you have collected on behalf of government. Whatever you are collecting on behalf of government, that is the income of government, not your income. Am I right or not? We write on 2 sales how much? 150. And we write on 2 output GST. A new term in your life. Output GST is 15. Input for purchase. Output for sale. And the term you said input. Input GST means whatever you are paid to purchase the input. Output means once it is sold, it becomes your output. That is output GST. Net amount is what? 15 minus 12. You will pay what? 3 rupees to the government. Kata kata. Balance is what? 3 that you pay to the government. Understood? But many times, as per GST Act, it is quite possible it is not refundable. That you will do where? In GST. When it is recoverable, when it is not recoverable, that you do in tax. But suppose it is not recoverable, then to your cost is what? 132. Suppose I have purchased this camera. So for my business now, this GST is not recoverable. Suppose. Correct now. So whatever I paid GST in this camera will be added to this camera na. Bolna yes or no? Correct. So that means it is non-refundable. It is non-refundable. Understood? Correct. Have you understood this point? Correct. Thoda thoda to you understood. Pura in GST. Pura in GST. Got it? Correct. You have written this. You written. You don't want to write. Write everything, Baba. When you will learn how to learn. You don't know how to learn only. You came to see enter class. You only listen. You are Parmatma, you are God. Can you retain everything? After 5 days you forget what you have done last day only? Are bolna rahe? Can you retain everything? Can you retain? If you can retain, then to you are Paramatma. Then to come, I will fix your, give me your photo. I'll fix that photo in my temple. But I hope you have understood. Understanding part to that. You are writing or not writing, that is not important. Have you understood? Are you able to follow me? Dekho, I would have done theoretically also non-refundable ad, refundable, but maja nahi aata. This is conceptual understanding. Conceptual understanding will take some time. First write down. First write down. Means entire stories from retailer point of view. So I have discussed from retailer point of view. Understood? Because retailer ke paas input and output was both there. So you have understood. Correct? You have written this much? So input GST means we call it credit is available. We call what? ITC. Input tax credit is available. This term you know. Who said ITC? Because he might have done this type of studies in his previous classes. Therefore he know. So you don't know. So I teach what? Something. So credit is available. We call it input credit. Understood why input credit? Input credit means it can be adjusted with output credit. When I am saying input credit is available, it means it is recoverable. When I am saying input credit is not available, it means it is not recoverable. Understood? Correct. Means in the question they said credit is available, it means refundable. Credit is not available, non-refundable. Understood? Correct. Yes, sir. Have you written this? Can I proceed? Yes, sir. What was your doubt? Income tax, though it is not covered. I said here non-refundable duties and taxes means indirect tax only. Income tax is a direct tax. Income tax is levied directly. Correct now. Detailed discussion, tax faculty. Or give me fees. I'll teach GST also. I am teaching only to the extent what is required. Yes or no? What is not required that faculty will teach now. Then what he will do? Yes or no? Yes, sir. Correct. I hope you have understood. My job done. My job done or not? So can I say in this way? अभी तक तो we are in cost of purchase only. Cost of purchase invoice price minus trade discount plus non-refundable duties and taxes. Means credit is available or not available? Credit is not available. Available means refundable. Available means refundable. Understood? Correct. So you can see what is given. Non-refundable duties and taxes means credit is not available. Credit is not available. Got it? Then plus direct expenses to bring the inventory in present location. Direct expenses to bring the inventory in present location. Just try to understand. You went to what? Supplier. You purchase the item. So invoice price minus trade discount plus GST. It is mentioned in what? Invoice only. Everything is mentioned in invoice. Only we need to understand whether GST को add करना कि नहीं add करना. Whether GST will be added or not added. That will based on whether credit is available or not available. If credit is available, add it. If not available, credit is available, do not add it. And if credit is, sorry, I mistake. If credit is not available, then add it. If credit is available, then it become refundable. Then do not add it. This much you understood. But once you purchase, then you will bring that inventory where? In your location. So for bringing the inventory in location, there are some expenses incurred. For example, transportation expenses. For example, loading and unloading expenses. For example, insurance in transit. For example, you need to pay some entry tax from one state to another state, which is known as what? Toll tax. You need to pay now. There are some taxes you need to pay for entering from one state to another state. In your CA foundation, your teacher might have some octroi expense. बोला ऐसा ना octroi in consignment chapter. Understood this much? Correct now. So these are the expenses incurred to bring the inventory in present location. That will be also added. These are nothing but direct expenses. Everything you have debited to trading account or not. Correct? So these are direct expenses. Understood? Just write down example. Examples are what? Examples. Can I say transportation expenses? Loading and unloading charges. For example, insurance in transit. For example, any toll tax paid. Toll tax to you know na. Understood? There are some other expenses also that you will understand automatically from the questions. Have you understood? Correct. Now this become cost of purchase. So this is cost of purchase. Means if it is trading, this will become cost of purchase of stock in trade. If it is manufacturing, this become cost of purchase of raw material. Understood? Can you repeat with me? But the cost of purchase means what? Invoice price minus trade discount plus non-refundable duties and taxes plus all the direct expenses to bring the inventory in present location. Can you say if I am trading organization, to will bring the inventory in warehouse? So all the expenses to bring the inventory in warehouse will be added. If you are manufacturing, then we'll bring the raw material to factory. So all the expenses to bring the inventory in factory will be added. Understood? Therefore, they have to use the word in present location. Understood? So can you say with this trading to over, trading organization over. This is the cost of purchase of what? Stock and trade. Trading over. Now we need to concentrate on what? Manufacturing. So in manufacturing, after cost of purchase, what will add? Cost of conversion. So cost of conversion. Now there are two type of cost of conversion. One is direct labor, one is production overhead. Understood what I am saying? These two component you have understood. Direct labor means what? Manufacturing wages. Whatever you are paying to labor who are directly engaged in production purpose. So this is nothing but known as manufacturing wages. Correct now. You can add on this is nothing but manufacturing wages. Understood. Now production overhead means what? Indirect material plus indirect labor plus indirect manufacturing cost. Understood. Now production overhead are of two type. Production overhead are of two type. One is known as variable overhead, variable production overhead, which vary according to production. Number of production will increase. Number of production will increase. Variable production overhead will increase. It vary according to the production. Correct. So there are many indirect material which will vary according to production. For example, if you are producing more unit, you need to generate more fire. So you need to purchase more coal. Yes or no? Or more chemical that vary according to the production. But can I say if you are paying rent, rent will be fixed now. Rent will remain fixed. So if you are paying rent for your factory, so that remains fixed irrespective of production. That is known as what? Fixed overhead. That is known as fixed overhead. Understood? Have you understood this much? Now, can I say whatever total variable overhead you have incurred, that will be allocated to all the production. That need to be allocated now. Suppose you have incurred 1 lakh and you have produced total quantity 10,000 units. So this 1 lakh will be allocated to each unit now. Because you need to find out the cost price of each unit. You find out the cost price of each unit. So this 1 lakh will be allocated to each unit because you have produced how many units? 10,000. So how to allocate that we need to understand. How to allocate that we need to understand. समझ रहे हो मेरी बात? Correct. Means how to allocate that production overhead to each unit of production. To each unit of production. Are you able to understand? Now, just try to understand. In a given circumstance, suppose we can produce 10,000 units. In a given circumstances, we can produce 10,000 units. But can I say actual production can be more than or equal to or less than what 10,000 now? Correct? Are you able to understand what I am saying? Suppose I can teach 8 hours a day. 8 hours a day. Correct? Are you getting? But if I got fever, so in a particular day I am teaching only 2 hours. Means I can teach 8 hours. But in a given circumstances, if the circumstance change, I am teaching only 2 hours per day because I am not feeling well. And sometime I am teaching 11, 12 hours. Requirement your exam is coming nearby. So I am bound to study what 12. I am bound to teach what 12 hours per day. I went to one of the means out of Hyderabad teaching what CA final. Correct now. Now last 2 days left and portion was not completed. I was given a hours of 8 hours. I said I will teach 12 hours. Morning they were coming 8, 8 to 8, no 8 to 12. I was teaching. Some break also I have taken. Night 12 they were in the class only. Because 2 hours I need to complete now. Next day my next batch was starting in Hyderabad. Understood what I am saying? So that may be also possible. बोलना है ऐसा no? Correct. Or 8 hours. So I am teaching 8 hours only. So 8 hours is known as normal capacity. And whatever I am actually doing, that is known as actual capacity. Correct. Okay, normal capacity means whatever you are producing in a normal efficiency, in normal circumstances. Are you able to understand what I am saying? And actual production means in when you are when actual production means what actually you are produced in a given day. Understood this point? So normal capacity and actual capacity can be different. Either actual capacity will be more than normal capacity or less than normal capacity or equal to normal capacity. Correct. My question to you all, forget about whatever I have said, apply your common sense. Apply your common sense because you are common people with common sense. Yes or no? I am also common people. See, are common men. Correct. We see here what average student, then all, that's why we have not taken science now. अरे बोलना रे, otherwise तो we have opted science. Anyone from science background? We are from science background. So they realize that after some time, they are not science. They came to what commerce. Am I right or not? अरे बोलना रे. Believe me, it is my experience from my all past years. I have never seen any science student not becoming CA. Any student who is coming from science stream, they will definitely become CA. This is my past experience. I don't means I'll give the logic not now. But commerce student, the CA means commerce na. There are many students who do not able to pass. Reason is there. But science student mostly they will pass and they will become CA. Reason I will say but not now. So don't worry. I have just given facts. This is my experience of last 15 years. I have never seen science background student not completing CA. They will complete CA and they will become CA. Correct. Difficulty in commerce only. I was also from commerce background. Huh? I was also from commerce background. Now I am just asking one question. I said, but right now you become CA. You will like congratulations. Nalayak. अरे, चलो. So suppose this is normal production. NP means what? And suppose actual production is, let us assume 8,000. Correct. Let us assume. Now apply your common sense. I said variable production overhead will vary according to production. According to production, production will increase. Variable production will increase. Variable production overhead will increase. Production will decrease. Variable production overhead will decrease. My question to you all: this 1 lakh should be allocated on the basis of 10,000 or on the basis of 8,000? On the basis of 10,000 normal capacity or actual capacity? 1 second, listen. You are not listening. Therefore, answer is not coming. Listen. Okay. Everything is very new to your life. Am I right or not? Means you have never imagined the first day I will teach like this. You are thinking I will start from journal entries, debtor account debit to sales, then purchase account debit to bank. ऐसे ये सोचे थे? हाँ? Life is totally changed in one day. Accounts is not accounts now. Accounts is accounting standard. लाइफ इज टोटली चेंज इन वन डे ना. हाँ, बोलना है सुनो. करेक्ट. तो दिस इज ओनली रिक्वायर्ड. दिस अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज रिक्वायर्ड और नॉट. करेक्ट. First, concentrate whatever I am saying. If you listen carefully, you will be able to see. Correct. I said variable production overhead will vary according to production. If production increases, variable production overhead will increase. If production decreases, variable production overhead will decrease. Okay? Then I said, let us assume total variable production overhead is 1 lakh during that year. Actual production is 8,000, but normal production was 10,000. Means you have not achieved your normal capacity. Now this variable overhead production overhead should be allocated to each unit based on, means will divide by 10,000 ki 8,000. 10,000 ki 8,000. 10,000 8,000. Everyone saying 8,000? Huh? Everyone saying 8,000? Anyone saying 10,000? Huh? 10,000. बोला सर 10,000 बोल देते सर. कोई तो बोलो 10,000. Correct. अच्छा बताओ, it is varying according to what actual production ना. Means it is actually based on this. I have already given the answer. कि variable production overhead vary according to production. If 8,000, it means you have incurred less expense ना. So why it should be allocated based on normal capacity? It is varying according to number of unit produced. It is varying according to number of unit produced. Means this 1 lakh is for 8,000 ki 10,000? 8,000. And the answer actually I have only given. बोलना है सुनो. Therefore, what AS2 says, allocated to each unit on the based on what? Actual production. Actual production. Understood? Understood. Fixed overhead will be allocated to each unit based on normal production or actual production, whichever is higher. But fixed overhead, they are saying, not based on actual production. It is based on actual production or normal production, whichever is higher. Understood? You have understood, but you have not understood the concept behind this. Because I have not given why higher. So will you leave me? No. Will you leave me? I will say actual production, normal production, which is higher as per AS2. As per AS2. Will you leave me? अरे AS2 says ना रे, whichever is higher. याद कर लो. Will you leave me? If you are leaving me, it means you are not serious student. Then to you are a simple student only. Correct? You are not supposed to leave me, but today this much only. Take a first class. I don't want to give much. But up to this, I hope whatever I discussed apart from the last point, you have understood. एक बार रिवाइज करते हैं शुरू से. whatever I have done. Only 2-3 para I have done. Very starting stage, हाँ. So I'll be not so much slow. धीरे धीरे once I will understand, you are with me, you are understanding whatever I am saying. Then अभी right now gear 1, then gear 2, and at the end of gear 4. But that time I know you will be able to cope up with me. ठीक है. One second, बताओ. What is the meaning of inventory? Inventory is an asset which are held for sale in the ordinary course of business, which are held in the production process, and which are held in the form of material supplied to be consumed in the process of production or for rendering of services. What is the meaning of asset? Asset means any resource arising from past event which are under the control of entity and which provide future economic benefit. Valuation of inventory, lower of cost price or NRV, means whichever is lower. Cost price or NRV, whichever lower. Based on which principle? Conservatism principle. Correct. Now we need to now find out what is cost price, what is NRV. So cost price means 3 components. What are the 3 components? Cost of purchase, cost of conversion, other cost. However, we have understood with trading organizations, stock in trade, only cost of purchase, and if it is manufacturing, it is cost of purchase plus cost of conversion plus other cost. Cost of purchase we have done, it means purchase price, invoice price minus trade discount plus non-refundable duties and taxes plus all the direct expenses to bring the inventory in present location. Then we started cost of conversion. It is nothing but direct labor plus production overhead. Production overhead are of two types: variable production overhead and fixed production overhead. Variable production overhead will be allocated to each unit on the basis of actual production. Fixed overhead will be allocated to each unit on the basis of actual production or normal production, whichever is higher. समझ तो गए? Only concept is required. This much today. This much. Thank you very much. We'll meet tomorrow. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Enjoy your remaining day. Bye bye.